I got a gripe with my fans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got a problem with my fans.
Why?
I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to look straight into the camera. I'm getting more and more emails from fans or posts under videos asking me if they come back and see me at a venue, will it be all new material? And I have this to say.
What do you have to say?
It's none of your business. I want to write back. Do you have a transcript of what I said that night? Jim comes to multiple shows. Every show is different.
It is.
And do I repeat material? Of course. It takes a long time to craft a bit. Are you writing letters to the Rolling Stones? Are you going to play Start Me Up tonight? It's none of your business. It's none of your business. Just come to the show or don't come to the show. They're like, oh, I'm going to bring new people. I just want to know if it's going to be new. Let me tell you something. If I did all new, which I do, like I do a lot of new stuff. Yeah. This week in Vegas, somebody came back, brought all new people. And they said, well, I was disappointed you didn't do the smart fridge
Exactly.
bit.
And this is what I was going to say when you brought this up. It's like hearing your favorite song again. When you do a bit that I've heard before that makes me laugh, it still makes me laugh because every single time you do it, there are nuances that you change. You deliver it, you set it up, and you punch the line in very different ways. And so even though it's the same kind of material, it's different. And it's you, and it's evolving. And the order in the show evolves. Right. And what you say to the people in the audience evolves. I love it. And you know, I've seen you a lot, but I've never been disappointed.
Thank you.
Never.
And it's fun. Sometimes I do one bit sitting. Sometimes I'm up. Sometimes I cut it off. Sometimes I interact with an audience.
Right.
It plays differently every crowd. Right. That's why you go see live comedy.
Exactly. That's the thing about live comedy. And you're drawn into it so much more because you're there and you're seeing the little nuances that you pick up. And what I love most about your comedy is that you have a unique perspective on life. And you are able to look at something as innocuous as drying your hands in the bathroom and turn it into a comedy routine. And you've changed me.
Yeah.
I actually dry my hands on the front of the towel now.
Yeah.
I do.
Why not? Everyone's going around the back. Might as well.
Might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably saved me from having germs all over the place.
But help me understand, as a former FBI profiler, why do these people think they deserve to know the answer to this? I'm saying that they send multiple emails over and over. They'll go through the website, then they'll go through Instagram, then they'll post on Twitter or X or whatever. Then they'll post under videos. Can they read the room? I'm not answering it.
Right. Well, I think some of that might be out of frustration about not being able to know. They might be, wanting control. Yeah. And that might not be possible in most situations. But in terms of why they would want to hear different material all the time, they probably don't understand how live comedy works and how incredibly joyful people are when they hear their favorite joke come back in a slightly different way or mixed with other jokes, or when you get on a roll. And I love when you get very physical and you're really into it, and the things that come out of your mouth are hysterical. And so they're missing that opportunity if they think that the only way to have fun at a comedy show, at a live comedy show, is to hear all new material. I would kind of hate it if you didn't go back to some of my favorite jokes that you tell.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And so you understand, like sometimes you'll hear somebody like a Bob Dylan say, oh, I wrote like a Rolling Stone in 4 minutes. And if he doesn't play that at the concert, you're furious.
Right.
But some of these routines I've been working on for years.
Right.
I'm taking out a line,
that. Yes.
I take out a word, I'm tightening it and making it concise, finding a home for it. Maybe sometimes it's at the beginning of the routine, sometimes it's at the end. Sometimes I take a bit and it's my strongest bit and it's the closing bit. And then I make it the opening bit.
Right.
Like there's a lot of...
It's an orchestra and you're orchestrating. You are putting together a show, an entertainment piece that is unique.
Right.
Every time you get up there, it is unique. Even if some of the material is similar or the same, you're putting it in different places. You're making it different, and you're making the experience for everybody in the room better.
Yeah.
So I think they're just misguided, but
it's a lot of chutzpah, as we say, that they think they have access to me. And the other thing is, a lot of people, just so you know, the people that are afraid of coming to see me a year later with new people if I'm going to do new material. I want to say this. I greatly appreciate they want to come back. Like, so there's that part of it. But also, as an artist, it's like none of your business how I create. Like, the one thing I love about Bob Dylan is he doesn't give what the people want every time. Sometimes he gets up there and he plays out of key, sings out of key, doesn't play the hits. Yeah, he abuses the audience.
Yeah.
But it's what he's feeling at the time. So I don't know, like right now, my current tour, I'm pulling from over 2 hours of material. So I don't know what I did in January 2023 and what I'm going to do in January 2024.
Because you're a dynamic performer, right?
Yeah.
Everything is fungible, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to be better every time.
Yeah.
And also your mood and the crowd. All of that, you incorporate that into your show.
Yeah, and by the way, when you see a live show versus a taping, you are carrying the mood of what happened that day. Meaning, let's say the stock market was way up. Let's say there was a mass shooting. Let's say, your team just won the World Series. You're feeling all that. You don't feel that when you're watching this on a television or YouTube or something like that.
Right. And I think a perfect example was at one of the shows, there was the whole front row was like all these sailors. They were all like competitive racing sailors.
Oh, they were like the World Australian Cup,
right.
the America's Cup.
Yeah,
they were real
champions.
Yeah.
And they came in they were a group.
Yeah.
And they came in with a high level of energy.
Yeah.
And it was a great show because of that. And you were able to talk to them. But then in other shows, it might just be one young guy in the audience who says or does something that becomes really funny, and everybody is drawn into it because they're in the room with you.
Yeah.
And they feel people who watch you online feel a connection to you. When you're in the room with you, good Lord, that connection is multiplied 100 times.
And I want to say this, that